Have you ever wondered about that? Why some local businesses just pop up everywhere online, while others are, well, they're basically ghosts. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and really decode the system that decides who wins and who loses in the battle for local search.
I mean, we've all done it, right? You need a plumber, a dentist, a coffee shop. You grab your phone, type it in, and bam, Google gives you a list. But here's the thing. That simple, everyday search, it's actually a super complex system running in the background. And that system, it has the power to literally make or break a local business.
Yeah, that system, it creates clear winners and losers. You've got some businesses right there at the top. You just can't miss them. But then there are so many others that are just invisible. They're buried on page 2 or page 3, maybe even deeper. And let me tell you, for a local business, that kind of invisibility, it's basically a death sentence.
All right, so let's get into it, the invisibility problem. Because, it's not enough just to be online anymore. You have to be seen. And as we're about to find out, the stakes here, they're probably a lot higher than you think.
So let's zoom in on one industry to make this real. We'll use dentists as our example. Get this, a crazy 77% of patients search online before choosing a dentist. I mean, that's more than 3 out of every 4 people. So what does that tell you? It means your first impression, your absolute first chance to win over a new patient is happening right there on a screen.
And here's where it gets really tough. The harsh reality is that 75% of people, 3/4 of them, they never scroll past the first page of results. Think about that. If you're not on page 1, you might as well be invisible to most of your potential customers. You just don't exist. And this isn't just about window shopping. The impact is immediate. A whopping 78% of local searches on a phone results in a real-life visit or a purchase within 24 hours. So if you're invisible online, you're not just losing clicks, you're losing actual, real customers who are ready to walk through your door right now.
Okay, so how do you fix this? How do you solve this invisibility problem? Well, I can tell you what doesn't work. A generic, one-size-fits-all approach just won't cut it. No way. You need something specialized, a strategy that's built just for your industry.
And this is where something like dental SEO comes into play. See, it's not just about, throwing a bunch of keywords onto a website and hoping for the best. It's a much deeper strategy. It's about really understanding how patients search, knowing the specific rules of the road like HIPAA compliance, and getting a handle on the competition right there in your neighborhood.
Here's a good way to think about it. You wouldn't ask your family doctor to perform heart surgery, right? Of course not. You'd go to a specialist. Well, SEO is exactly the same. A generic approach just doesn't get the little details, the nuances of your industry, like the exact words your customers are typing into Google, or how critical something like patient privacy is. A specialized approach, it gets all of that.
All right, so what's the actual game plan here? Let's break down a proven 6-phase blueprint that's designed to help you totally dominate online.
So here it is, the whole roadmap. It kicks off with a really deep audit and analysis. Then you build a rock-solid technical foundation. After that, it's all about mastering local SEO, becoming a content authority, building up your reputation and links, and then, and this is key, future-proofing your strategy with things like AI. Let's dive in and see how these pieces all fit together.
So, the big question is, how do you actually build an online presence that Google literally can't ignore? It really boils down to 3 core pillars. Let's walk through them.
Pillar number 1 is all about your technical foundation. Your website has to be flawless under the hood. I'm talking super fast, completely mobile-friendly, and secure. It also needs something called schema markup. Think of it like putting a detailed price tag on your website for Google, so it knows exactly what everything is. And of course, for industries like healthcare, being HIPAA compliant isn't a suggestion, it's a must.
Okay, pillar 2. This is all about becoming the go-to, undeniable expert in your local area. This means dialing in your Google business profile until it's perfect, getting your business listed in all the right online directories, and creating amazing content that screams trust. It shows your experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. That's what Google calls EEAT. The bottom line is you're not just selling something. You're proving to everyone and to Google that you are the best at what you do.
And finally, our third pillar is about building authority outside of your own website. This is huge. It means earning links from other trusted sources, actively managing your online reviews, which are so important, and keeping your eye on the ball for what's next, like optimizing for AI and voice search.
Okay, so that's the framework. But what's the payoff? I mean, what does all this work actually get you? Let's look at some real-world results, because that's what really matters, right?
Let's talk about Dr. Chen up in Seattle. He was, understandably, pretty skeptical. He'd been burned by a couple of other SEO agencies before, but after putting a specialized strategy like this into place, the transformation was dramatic. We're talking a #1 ranking for the most important keyword and phones that literally wouldn't stop ringing.
And we've got the hard numbers to back up that story. We're talking about a traffic increase of over 300%, and the ROI, a 5 to 10 times return on investment. See, this isn't just another marketing expense on a spreadsheet. This is a true growth engine for a business.
And this isn't just a one-time fluke either. Look at the track record. Over 500 practices have used this system. The client retention rate is 96%, which is incredible. And it's helped generate over $47 million in revenue for those clients. It's pretty clear, this is a system that just plain works.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, even though we've been talking a lot about dentists, this blueprint, this whole idea of building a solid technical foundation, mastering your local search presence, and building real authority, it applies to any local business that needs customers to find them online. So I'll just leave you with this one final question to think about. The next time a potential customer pulls out their phone and they're searching for exactly what you do, are they going to find you? Or are they going to find your competition right next door?